This video is brought to you by Practical Music Theory for the Rock Guitarist, my new book, which is a comprehensive guide to all aspects of music theory necessary for playing rock guitar. From blues to the cycle of fifths, from understanding and using modes to choosing the right notes for a melodic solo, from pentatonic scales to chord construction and keys. It's all covered in a clear and concise manner. With accompanying video demonstrations, jam tracks and tabs, you'll learn to use the knowledge you gain in accessible ways that make sense for less than the cost of a few guitar lessons. Check out the link in the description for more details. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Today being Tuesday, we're doing a top 5 list, and yes, usually from these top 5 lists, you can tell from the video title and thumbnail what the topic under discussion is going to be, but I suspect not today, or not exactly. The thing is, we live in an era now where, stardom has become somewhat democratized, hasn't it? None of us are anything more than one or two viral videos away from, catching the spirit of the zeitgeist, or whatever fancy term you want to put on it, and suddenly you're a big star. It happens all the time. How long that flame burns is often, what's the saying, everybody's going to be famous for 15 minutes. So if I was to get my 15 minutes, if the next Top 5 Tuesday video, if this Top 5 Tuesday video, or any of the other videos that I do were to gain enough traction and suddenly I'm being, invited on the One Show or something like that, one thing that is bound to happen is that guitar companies are going to be beating a path to your door and saying, could we work with you? Is there anything we can do for you? Would you like to kind of come and have a tour of the factory and maybe pick yourself out a nice guitar? It happens, doesn't it? So if that were the case, if that would happen to me, and I had a bunch of guitar companies making those kind of overtures to me, I wonder what I would ask for. Well, I've given it some thought, and this is the list.
Dear Fender, one of these, please.
Okay, Fender, if you're listening, just build one of these. This is a Jet JT350. It's been modded, but just make it as it is in its current state. I don't have to recite the formula, do I? You can see what's going on here. 22 fret Telecaster, this kind of finish. Definitely a tortoiseshell pick guard. Rails humbucker in the bridge, full humbucker in the neck, and 22 stainless steel frets, bone nut, locking tuners. Just build me that guitar, Fender. I'm sure they would absolutely walk out of the dealerships. What's not to like? So there you go. That's what, if anyone from Fender is listening, one of these, please. Next.
Dear Gibson, one of these, please.
Yeah, Gibson, just discontinue this model, the Les Paul Tribute. As I have said back in focus, as I've said on many occasions, this is the one and only Les Paul that I've ever bonded with, and since I've got this, I've had my paws on a custom shop Les Paul custom, a Les Paul classic, and a bunch of different Les Paul standards, and this is the one that it just makes me think, yeah, this one feels like coming home. The neck profile, everything about it, the satin finish, the lack of blinginess about it as well. It would, so if Gibson were to kind of, be making those kind of approaches to me, just undiscontinue this one. But when you undiscontinue it or resurrect it, stick some burst bookers in, burst booker 2 and 3s, because that's what this guitar's got in now, and it's the best single cut I've ever played. It really is. And if Gibson were interested in working with little old me, if anyone from Gibson is watching, one of these, please, with burst bookers. Next.
Dear Paul Reed Smith, one of these, please.
Yeah, Paul, if you're watching, one of these, please, but with a few tweaks. First of all, can I have it in like more of a kind of a sunburst kind of thing. Maybe not like a cherry sunburst, more like a tobacco burst. I think you guys call it the McCarthy burst. Also, can we lose the racing pigeons, please? Can I just have either moons or even dots? I would prefer. And a tremolo on a guitar is a bit like a hash brown on a fried breakfast. I don't object to it being there, and sometimes I'll even enjoy it, but it's not an essential part of the equation. So can I have a hardtail version of this guitar in McCarthy Sunburst? Everything else the same, apart from, as I say, get rid of the chicken inlays, and that would be my request. If you're watching, Paul, you probably are, but yeah, that's what I want. Next.
Dear Music Man, one of these, please.
Yes, a Music Man Axis Super Sport. I had a loan of one of these a few months ago, and I was absolutely blown away by it. What a fantastic guitar. It was when I get some guitars on loan, it's like, okay, that was fun, and it's time for it to go home now. And other ones, it's like, well, I wonder if I can keep it just a little bit longer, and that was very much the case with this guitar. What would I change about it? Well, my memory of that Music Man Axis Super Sport that I had a loan of was that the fret wire was a little bit on the vintage side, a little bit skinny for my taste. It wasn't by any means a deal breaker, but I do prefer a chunkier kind of gauge of frets. I think they're using stainless steel frets these days anyway on Music Man guitars, so if they could just get some Jescar jumbo stainless steel wire and use that instead, that would be absolutely fan-dabby-dozy, as they say. Once again, same point as last time with the trem. Hardtail, please. I know they do a hardtail version of this guitar, but that's the semi-hollow one. So if we could have the solid body one with a hardtail and that fret wire I've just been talking about, that would be absolutely splendid. Thanks very much. Next.
Dear Ibanez, one of these, please.
Yeah, one of these. This is an Ibanez Prestige AZS2209H. Yeah, it just trips off the tongue, doesn't it? But this is one of the, I think this is based on the Josh Smith signature model, or it's a variant on that, isn't it? Yeah, I like Telecasters. I like single cuts and I like Telecasters. That is my main kind of thing. And if I was in the market, if Ibanez were coming to my door and saying, what can we make it? It would be definitely some variant on one of these. I'm not entirely sure about that bendy control plate. Not sure that kind of appeals to my sense of aesthetics as much as just the straight one. But it wouldn't be a deal breaker. I would also like the like a blade style humbucker in the bridge as well. That little Seymour Duncan mini humbucker in the neck position there, I'm sure that will sound absolutely divine. But I like that little bit of extra humbucking power in the bridge. And we've already got everything else on this guitar that I like, kind of roasted maple neck, stainless steel frets and everything. I love the colour of this one as well. Maybe a tortoiseshell pickguard. Yeah, if I can spec that up as well, that would be fantastic. So there you go. Those are the five guitars that if I were suddenly to become some kind of rock star, that I would spec up from like those five guitar companies. As always, I can't wait to hear what your choices would be, so leave them down in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed the video, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. And don't forget the live stream every Friday, 5 PM UK time, where we're going to be talking about probably what signature guitars we'd order from the big guitar companies. But we talk about music and guitars and loads of other stuff. It's a great way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.